Today, our topic is the most powerful Stoic exercises you should practice. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life by focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. It is not about being emotionless or cold, but about finding peace and strength in the face of life's challenges. The Stoics believe that by practicing certain exercises, we can train our minds to be more resilient, calm, and focused. These exercises are simple but powerful, and they can help us deal with stress, fear, and uncertainty. Let's explore some of the most important Stoic exercises you can start practicing today. The first exercise is called negative visualization. This might sound strange, but it is one of the most effective ways to appreciate what you have. The idea is to imagine losing the things or people you value most. For example, think about losing your job, your health, or even a loved one. This exercise is not meant to make you sad or scared, but to help you realize how lucky you are to have these things in your life. When you imagine losing them, you start to appreciate them more. The Stoics believe that we often take things for granted, and by practicing negative visualization, we can learn to be more grateful. This exercise also prepares you for the possibility of loss. Life is unpredictable, and bad things can happen. If you have already thought about these possibilities, you will be better prepared to handle them if they occur. The second exercise is the dichotomy of control. This is one of the most important ideas in Stoicism. The Stoics believe that some things are within our control, and some things are not. For example, you can control your thoughts, your actions, and your reactions, but you cannot control other people's opinions, the weather, or the past. The key to peace of mind is to focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot. This exercise requires practice because it is easy to get caught up in things that are outside of your control. Whenever you feel stressed or upset, ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, try to let it go. This does not mean you should not care about things outside your control, but you should not let them disturb your peace of mind. The more you practice this exercise, the more you will realize how much energy you waste worrying about things you cannot change. The third exercise is Memento mori, which means remember that you will die. This might sound dark, but it is actually a very powerful way to live a meaningful life. The Stoics believe that thinking about death can help us appreciate the time we have and motivate us to make the most of it. When you remember that life is short, you are less likely to waste time on things that do not matter. You are more likely to focus on what is truly important, like your relationships, your goals, and your values. This exercise also helps you put things into perspective. When you are upset about something small, like being stuck in traffic or having a bad day at work, remembering that you will die can help you realize how unimportant these things are in the grand scheme of life. Memento mori is not about being morbid or fearful, but about living with purpose and gratitude. The fourth exercise is Amor fati, which means love your fate. This is about accepting everything that happens in your life, both good and bad. The Stoics believe that everything happens for a reason, and that even the hardest challenges can teach us something valuable. Instead of resisting or complaining about your circumstances, try to embrace them. This does not mean you should not try to change things if you can, but it means you should accept what you cannot change. For example, if you lose your job, instead of feeling angry or hopeless, try to see it as an opportunity to find something better or to learn new skills. If you get sick, instead of feeling sorry for yourself, try to focus on what you can do to take care of your health. Amor fati is about finding meaning and purpose in every situation, no matter how difficult it may seem. The fifth exercise is Premeditatio malorum, which means premeditation of evils. This is similar to negative visualization, but it is more focused on preparing for challenges or difficulties. The idea is to think about the worst-case scenarios and plan how you would handle them. For example, if you are going to a job interview, imagine what you would do if you did not get the job. If you are going on a trip, imagine what you would do if you lost your luggage or missed your flight. This exercise helps you prepare for the worst, so you are not caught off guard if something goes wrong. It also helps you realize that even if the worst happens, you can handle it. The Stoics believe that by preparing for difficulties, we can face them with courage and calmness. The sixth exercise is journaling. The Stoics were great believers in writing as a way to reflect on their thoughts and actions. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, wrote his personal journal, which is now known as Meditations. In his journal, he reflected on his day, his challenges, and his progress in living a virtuous life. Journaling is a powerful way to clarify your thoughts, track your progress, and hold yourself accountable. You can write about what went well, what went wrong, and what you can do better next time. You can also write about your goals, your values, and the things you are grateful for. Journaling helps you stay focused on what is important and reminds you of the lessons you have learned. The seventh exercise is practicing virtue. The Stoics believe that the key to a good life is living in accordance with virtue. Virtue means qualities like wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. The Stoics believe that these are the only things that truly matter in life, because they are within our control and they lead to true happiness. Practicing virtue means making choices that align with these qualities, even when it is difficult. For example, if you are faced with a difficult decision, ask yourself, what is the wise thing to do, or what is the courageous thing to do? The more you practice virtue, the more it becomes a habit, and the easier it becomes to live a good life. The eighth exercise is mindfulness. This is about being fully present in the moment and paying attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment. The Stoics believe that many of our problems come from being distracted or lost in thought. By practicing mindfulness, you can become more aware of your thoughts and emotions and learn to control them. For example, if you feel angry, instead of reacting immediately, take a moment to observe your anger and ask yourself why you feel that way. Mindfulness helps you respond to situations with clarity and calmness, rather than reacting impulsively. The ninth exercise is voluntary discomfort. This is about intentionally putting yourself in uncomfortable situations to build resilience and gratitude. For example, you might choose to take a cold shower, skip a meal, or sleep on the floor. The idea is to remind yourself that you can handle discomfort and that you do not need luxury to be happy. This exercise helps you appreciate what you have and prepares you for times when life gets tough. The 10th exercise is reflecting on role models. The Stoics believe that we can learn a lot from the examples of others. Think about people you admire, whether they are historical figures, family members, or friends. Reflect on their qualities and how they handled challenges. This can inspire you to be better and give you guidance when you face difficulties. These are just some of the most powerful Stoic exercises you can practice. They may seem simple, but they require consistent effort and reflection. The key is to practice them regularly, so they become a natural part of your life. Remember, Stoicism is not about perfection, but about progress. Every day is an opportunity to grow, learn, and become a better version of yourself. By practicing these exercises, you can develop the strength, resilience, and wisdom to face life's challenges with courage and calmness.